Hey up, so this evening we are going to make a classic buffalo sauce to go with the buffalo wings that I'm going to be cooking tomorrow on the Weber Vortex. So, to start with, we are going to take a lump of butter, pop it into a pan over a low heat and just let that melt. So what we've got in here is about half a cup of butter, or 4 ounces if you prefer, or about 120 grams of butter, salted butter as well. So we're going to let that warm up and melt away, and then we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. So it won't take too long for this to melt on the lowest heat possible. We don't want to burn any of this butter, we just want to melt it, let it go gently. It'll take a couple of minutes. So you don't really need to stir it, to be fair, but I like to feel like I'm doing something. So let's give it a little bit of stir, mix it all together. And if you didn't know this, here's a nice little trick. A little hole in the end of your pan handle is perfect for storing your spoon. It's as if it was made for it. So now the butter's completely melted and you can just see it starting to bubble. We don't want it to burn, so what we need to do now is we're going to add about 2 cloves of minced garlic. So there's 2 cloves of minced garlic here, which I prepared earlier. I'm just going to add these into the pan. Now we're going to leave that there for about a minute because I don't want that garlic to burn. I don't want it to go brown or get any colour whatsoever, because you're going to taste the bitterness of that. So we're just going to leave it for a minute. So I'm going to check my clock. Look at that, 12 minutes to 10. Dedication, that, isn't it? Give that a bit of a stir. Mix it all together. Break up the bits of garlic that you've put through a press. So and then in about another 30 seconds time, we're going to be adding the hot sauce. So this is a regular Frank's hot sauce. It's kind of like the go-to sauce for buffalo sauce. Frank's product placement here. I probably should have said something about this, but I'm not getting paid, so don't worry. But Frank's is like the go-to sauce. They even do their own buffalo sauce, which is just as good. In fact, it's flipping great. However, you know, I like to make my own. So I'm making it from scratch, but all the major recipes use this sauce. So we've got about half a cup of Frank's hot sauce here, which equates to about 125 ml, something like that. So that garlic's been simmering away in that butter for around about a minute, yeah, give or take, not too fussed. So I'm just going to tip this in, and as much of that as we can. Give it a stir together. That butter's going to want to sort of clog up a little bit, but if we keep stirring that together, then hopefully it's not going to emulsify too much. Probably a good idea to use a whisk at this point, to be fair. That would probably help quite a bit, but you can do it with a spoon. It just needs to be a little brisk. So a brisk stir without splashing it all over the place. And you can see the colour now. You know, it's gone into more of a like a pastel-y sort of orange, rather than a bright orange, which is the natural colour of the sauce. The bits that you can see, they're just the bits of garlic, so don't worry too much about that. As long as you've mixed all of the butter and sauce together, that's what you're looking for. So what we're going to do now is we're going to leave that for probably 3-4 minutes, not too long. We don't really want it to boil. We just want it to heat through, get all those flavours mixed together. That's looking quite good. Oh, all over my t-shirt. Never mind, it'll wash out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep stirring this. Not too briskly, but what I don't want everything to do is separate. So keep stirring it. So you can see the separation. You've got the oiliness of the butter, which is the darker red bits. And they're sort of rising to the top. So what we need to do is we need to keep all that mixed together. So keep stirring it around. And you only want to keep the heat on for, like I say, about 3 to 4 minutes. Once you turn the heat off, it'll stop emulsifying and it'll all mix together. But to get those flavours melded together, we're going to leave the heat on. Another 2 minutes now. Okay, so that's been about 3 to 4 minutes. We've kept it stirring pretty much constantly to avoid it from sort of splitting too much. I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat off now. And I tell you what, this smells absolutely fantastic. I'm looking forward to these. Right, so this has been on the heat for about 3 to 4 minutes. It is done. I'm going to put the spoon to one side. I might need that, so I'm not going to discard it just yet. Now I'm going to try very carefully to put it into a little Kilner jar style bottle with the little close over lid. This would be a lot easier if I had a funnel. And I know I've got one somewhere, but I can't for the life of me find it. So I'm going to have to very carefully pour it in. All the fat and the oil is going to come off first, so don't be too alarmed. But that's going to be followed by the sauce and the bits of garlic. To sterilise this bottle, what I've done is just poured some boiling water in it for a couple of minutes, beforehand. That's fine for this purpose. I'm not storing it for a long time. The majority of this is going to get used tomorrow. I'm sorry I'm not looking at the camera, I'm looking at this because I really don't want to spill this precious sauce all over the countertop. So we're going to get that sauce into the bottle. I'll tell you what, it smells great. Adding the garlic is something that I've seen in the recipe. It's not something I've done before. I've only made this a couple of times, to be fair. Last time I didn't use the garlic. The time before that I didn't use the garlic. But I saw it this time and I thought, what's wrong with garlic? Garlic goes well with everything, doesn't it? So I thought I'd give it a try. If you wanted to omit the garlic, you can, perfectly, not a problem at all. Pop the lid on. You see it's all split, and that's going to happen. It's going to split because that's just the nature of what you've got inside here, what the ingredients are. But give it a quick shake, and that's going to blend together and look exactly how it should do. So that now is done. I'm going to pop this to one side for a bit. I'm going to pop it in the fridge overnight. Tomorrow, before I put it onto the wings when they're cooked, I'm going to take it out of the fridge, bring it up to room temperature so you're not cooling them down too much. But yeah, that's it. Buffalo sauce.